Can you explain what the Google Quality Score is? What is the Google Quality Score?
Right. Okay. We're going very techie now. Right.
Okay.
So, you obviously feel the audience is sufficiently warmed up now that we can. Okay. Right. And this is the problem as well. We're doing it on Zoom. You can't see the confused faces if this is too much too soon. Right. Okay. So you'll have to react for the audience and look really confused if this is going wrong. Right. So quality score. So I talked earlier on about the fact that it's an auction, and basically, the more someone bids, the higher up they'll appear. Yeah. So it's not actually as simple as that. It was in the very early days of pay-per-click advertising, and when I say the early days, I'm talking pre-Google, because Google were not the first to do this. Like most things, they came along after everyone else had tried it.
When was it Google launched?
They launched as a search engine in the late 90s, 98, I think, and they launched Google Ads in 2000. I think it maybe didn't come to the UK till 2001, but it's around about then. But prior to them, there were people like, Yahoo was still around, and all the other search engines like Lycos, Alta Vista, showing my age here. But so certainly Yahoo were doing pay-per-click advertising before Google existed. And the way that it worked there was very simply, the more you bid, the higher up you'll appear. Now, when Google came along, they thought that's too simplistic. And also it means that basically the big companies will always outperform the small businesses. Yeah. Because they've got deeper pockets. It also means that actually you could get to the top of the ads just by having lots of money, even if your advert was rubbish and wasn't relevant to what people were searching for.
Money talked.
Yeah. And also it opened it up to, so let's say, for example, you're let's say I'm that injury lawyer, right? So I'm in an industry where it's £20 a click and I don't want to pay £20 a click. Yeah. So I could bid on something that is really popular. Like, say there's a craze like, I don't know, fidget spinners. Yeah. Then as the injury lawyer, I could bid on the keyword fidget spinners, have my advert appear, and it's not at all relevant that search term, but some people will click it anyway because it's there. And I might pick up some business from that. Now, but I'm only paying, £1 a click or whatever. Now, Google clearly didn't want that happening because it's kind of cheating the system, but also it means then people will say that Google's search results are rubbish because I searched for a fidget spinner and I got an injury lawyer. So they introduced this concept of quality. So what they do is every keyword in your account that you're bidding on is given a quality score from 1 to 10, with 10 being the best. And what Google does to decide which ads to show and in which order, it uses a combination of how much you're bidding and what your quality score is.
Right. Okay.
Right? So if you and I are both virtual assistants and we're both bidding on that keyword, as I said before, virtual assistant for dentists. Yeah. Maybe you're bidding £2, I'm bidding £1. If I've got a quality score of say 10 and you've got a quality score of 2, even though you're bidding more than me, I'll probably appear higher up than you will.
Yeah.
Okay? So, and that's why Google Ads can actually work for small businesses, because it's not just about who's got the most money. It's about who puts the most effort into developing a good quality score. So how do you get a good quality score? Well, the main factors in it are how relevant is your advert to the keyword? Yeah. So the reason I might have a better quality score in that example is maybe my advert says virtual assistant for dental practices or for dentists, whereas yours just says virtual assistant. Yeah. Okay? So I've made my advert specific to it. Obviously, that means I need lots of different adverts, but that's fine. You can have lots of different ads, and you can say to Google, I want this ad to go with these keywords and this ad to go with these ones. Yeah. And it's also the other thing that affects the quality score is what the click-through rate of your ad is. In other words, how often it gets clicked versus how often it's shown. So the more popular your ad is, the more its quality score is. So again, if I'm say at number 3 in the ads, but my ad is really well written and it's got lots of benefits in it and talks about the outcomes, or uses the customer language or anything like that. Yeah. If I get a higher click-through rate than the guys at number 1, that will increase my quality score, and I could actually move up and overtake them. And then the third major thing is how relevant your landing page on your website is. Oh. So again, using that VA for dentists example, to do the job properly, I would want to make sure that I sent people to a landing page on my site that purely talked about the VA services I provided for dentists, had dentist case studies, Yeah. So you're giving, so basically you're being rewarded at every step of the way for giving the searcher what they're actually looking for. There is a quite an in-depth article about it on my website they can go and look at if they're having trouble sleeping or whatever. But that's the kind of high-level overview of it. But it does the big takeaway from it is it's not just about who's got the most money.